Okay, so a couple of days back, we learned about fractional distance in one-dimensional coordinate system. Today, we are going to learn about fractional distance in a two-dimensional coordinate system. So, dp is equal to xp, yp. Don't be confused. It's just the point on the specified fractional distance. So, dp is your point on the fractional distance. xp is the x-coordinate of that point, and yp is the y-coordinate of the point. So the formula that we will follow is xp is equal to x1 plus the fraction and multiplied by the difference between x2 minus x1. Same is true with the y, except that it's the y-coordinate. So to clarify all these variables, we know already the meaning of xp, that it is the x-coordinate of the point. Yp is the y-coordinate of the point on the fractional distance. F, again, is the fractional distance. x2 is the x-coordinate of point 2. x1 is the x-coordinate of point 1. y2 is the y-coordinate of point 2, and y1 is the y-coordinate of point 1. Example number 1. Find the point 2/5 of the way from point A with coordinates -6, 2 to point B with coordinates 4, -3. So let us begin. So our formula states that for x, we will follow this one. So my xp, which is my x-coordinate of the fractional distance, the one I'm looking for, is actually equal to my x1. Let us call this as our x1. This is our y1. This is our x2. And this is our y2. Okay, so our x1 is -6 plus our fraction is 2/5 of x2 minus is in the formula. So, okay, I'm so sorry. I apologize for that. I did not see that it's not shown. So our 4 is our x2 according to the formula. This is our minus. It's there in the formula. And then I will have to put the x1, which is -6. xp is equal to -6 plus 2/5 of double negative means plus. So that's a 10. This has a denominator of 1. You know, this cancels out and it becomes a 2 over 1. So this is now xp is equal to -6 plus, that's 2 times 2, which is a 4. So our xp is equal to, in the integer rule, that is to be subtracted, and our final x-coordinate for the fractional distance is -2. Let us now go and solve for y. I'm just going to do it here on the side. So my yp is equal to my y1, which is 2 plus 2/5 of y2, which is -3, minus is in the formula, and then minus y1, y1 is 2, and so my yp is equal to 2 plus 2/5 of the -3 minus a 2, just put them together, that's a -5, which will become a -1. -1 times a 2 is, so that's 2 plus a -2. 2 plus -2 plus negative means minus. So your yp is equal to 0. Therefore, your dp, which is the point that is in the fractional distance of 2/5 away from A, going to be is equal to -2, 0. I want to give you another example. Example number 2, find the point 3/4 of the way from C with the coordinate of -1, 7 and point D with the coordinate 11, 3. So let us begin. So our XP is equal to, let's label this first. This is X1, Y1. This is X2, Y2. And so our X1 is -1. Hold on, I want to write the formula first. I would love for everyone to get used to writing the formula. So our XP is equal to X1 plus F times X2 minus X1. At this point, I hope that you already know that Y has the same formula except that you're going to use the Y variable. So in this case, it's going to be X1 -1 plus your fraction is 3/4. X2 is 11. Formula says subtract. X1 is -1. So our XP is equal to -1 plus 3/4 of double negative is plus, so that is a 12. That's 12 over 1. This cancels out and becomes a 3. So our XP is equal to -1 plus 3 times 3 is 9. Our X coordinate for our fractional distance is positive 8. Now let's go ahead and do the Y. So my YP is equal to Y1, which is going to be a 7 plus your fraction 3/4 times Y2 is 3 minus Y1, which is 7. Your YP is equal to 7 plus 3/4 of -4. By integer rule, that's going to turn out to be a -4. This cancels out and that becomes a -1 times a 3. So your YP is equal to 7 plus 3 times -1 is a -3. So your YP, by the integer rule of plus negative means minus. So that means 7 minus 3 is a 4. And your DP, or your point that is 3/4 away from C is, or from C, is 8, 4.